The Offspring's very good Smash album came out in 1994 on black vinyl and has since then been released on orange vinyl, red vinyl which has 400 copies and a yellow vinyl with little red blotches.
Hello there, from me until you, from the Great Western Crossroads. This is the Offspring's third album, entitled Smash, possibly an album that you're semi-familiar with.
Or semi-familiar
throughout the 1990s and grown up. Oh, excuse me, just a little tickle of the cough of the throat there, because I just had a sip of coffee before I started, so I must be excused if I have a little more energy than usual. Anyhow, back to this LP by the Offspring called Smash. Now here, on the front here, we can see a scary skeleton. Can you see that? Try not to be too afraid if you look at it. And don't look at it in the dark. Although if you did look at it in the dark, you might have trouble seeing it. And that's enough of this side. Let's turn it over to have a look at the other side to see what we make of it. Yes? Okay. Just as usual, yes, as I confirm, just as usual, it has one side and on the back another side. Because it's, as mostly a 2D object, it pretty much has two sides. We disregard side top, side bottom, and side spine is almost completely disregarded, except for when we're searching through looking for our records, what to play next, what to look at, what to listen to. Okay, yes, let's have a look at the back once more. So the Offspring again, the scary skeleton here. Maybe it's the skeleton of a victim, maybe the skeleton of a burnt cadaver, maybe the skeleton of a bird reformed into the shape of a human. And looking here, so we have 7 tracks side A and a further 7 on side B, making a full 14 tracks. That's a subliminal amount of tracks for this album, yes. And here, Epitaph Records, 1994, one of the most popular albums of 1994, in both terms of earth and in terms of punk rock music, and if you like pop punk. I don't know how you'd register this, categorise it. Excuse me. And here we have again the Offspring in the style, stylised in the style of maybe a ticker tape style. So that's interesting, isn't it? It's very stylised. It's not just printed on, oh, let's just chuck it on, let's emblazon it with basic lettering. No, they've gone a step further here. They've given it some stylisation. So let's have a look inside, yes, to see what we can find inside. 1994, the Offspring. Dexter Holland, Noodles, Ron Welty, and Greg Kay back in the day. That was the lineup, if I remember correctly. And here, oh no, it's one of these very weak and flimsical inner sleeves, whereby if you put the record in maybe twice, it'll start to split along the seam at the bottom, and split along the seam at the side, and split along the seam at the other side. It's only kind of tied together with a weak glue. These don't exist so much nowadays. They go for a kind of thicker, sort of continuous card that doesn't really split very much. I'd much prefer this to have a regular insert and a white papery sleeve, even the thought that may give us a dust. But at least, the way I look at it, this doesn't have a dust. So let's grant its level and continue looking at the tracks. It has the very popular and famous songs here, Self-Esteem and all of the words, so it's perfect for your karaoke party. And here, Come Out and Play, which of course was used by the popular wrestler Raven as his intro music in ECW from 1995 until the year 2000, yes. Gotta Get Away, Bad Habit, Something to Believe In. Lots of very popular songs here from the band, yes. Of course they went on to have a different kind of sound, but lots of their more popular songs over the years do come from this album. And now let's take our level of this sleeve and move on to the record inside, yes? Let's take a look to investigate further. And if you might just indulge, I'm going to have a further sip of coffee from my very interesting cup here. Oh gosh, I'm getting high now. Thank you very much. I'm going to have a look now at the record inside, at this, just to have a closer look. I don't know what I'm prattling on about sometimes. So again, this is no shock to me. We have the skeleton on either side of the label, alongside the track names for looking up, so you don't have to rely on the insert, you don't have to rely on the back of the sleeve, none of that. Epitaph Records, once again, 1994, Offspring smash. So I just have one further thing to say about this, is that I'd like to listen to it now and judge it on its own merits, and judge it not by what others say, judge it not on perused satisfactions, but to judge it upon my own learnings and my own experience. Yes? So before I take my leave of it, I'm going to judge this on my own experience. So let's give it a listen. Let's check, is this side A? Yes, side A. Let's have a listen now. That was a blast. That was a blast, and not only a blast, but a blast from the past. Yes, this is an album that I'm sure many young men such as myself, young like myself, have listened to over the years many, many, many times. It takes me back. It makes me feel like I'm in the high school days. I'm in the college days of listening to this kind of thing when I was in my youth, cruising around, wearing my big baggy shorts, wearing my shirt, my black t-shirt with maybe something a bit rude written on it. Yes, so let's take a listen to side B to see if that's as satisfying as side A, and to see if that also takes me back to the past. So as I take my leave from side A and gather my experience, I move on to side B. To experience, let's try it. I'm soaking in the adulation of the experience of listening to this. What an album, of course. Why did I doubt it? My memory should have told me. I should have known fourth hand exactly what to expect from this Offspring album here from 1994. I'm not let down, even after not having listened to it for all these years. I listened to this album back in the 2000s and back in the 90s. Upon the thousands of times I tell thee. Now let me explain to you, that would not have been via record, it would have been via slight radio and mostly CD format. CD format, which was the format of choice for me back in those days. So now I have this record, which is a red colour. Do you see that? It's slightly transparent, but mostly not transparent, although it does show the light through it, as you can see. So take from that what you will. Yes, and thank you very much for watching this video. I do beg your leave now. Yes, I'd like it if you just went away and stopped watching. If I have a recommendation for you from this before I take my leave, it's that, is it worth listening to now? Yes, it is, as a period piece. A period piece from all the many moons ago, from 25 years ago. Can you even believe that it's 25 years old now? I can. So this band, The Offspring, it's a very good band. Their songs nowadays, they're not so good, are they? In fact, they're often seen as a little bit of a joke. The Offspring are a little bit of a joke nowadays, although we're expecting to see what the new album sounds like pretty soon. Maybe that'll kind of be a turnaround for them, now that they're no longer on their Sony label and expected to bring out kid-friendly pop songs over and over again so that Sony can make money from them. Let's see what they bring out next. So as I take my leave, I wave to you now and take a final sip from my gorgeous coffee that I brewed up recently. It's still not cold. It's embarrassing. Good day to you now.
Good day, goddamn, for America, I like rock and roll music.
Thank you ever so much for watching my very good video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Very Good channel and come back next week for another very good video. A video to watch. Now, it's a good video. You're semi-familiar.